What we do here primarily is custom make felt hats that are used in all sorts of conditions. There's all sorts of different hats on the market. 80% of the people that buy hats in the general population don't wear them. They wear them to the rodeo or to the dance, which is a fashion thing now. But over 98% of our clientele use their hats day in and day out as, like I said, a piece of their equipment, not a piece of attire. And they expect them to handle moisture. They expect them to be renovated. People can get 10, 15 years out of a hat, one we've made, as long as it is maintained properly.
And so these last 2.5, 3 years, I've dedicated all my time to being in this hat shop and roping calves. So I've got tunnel vision on what I want to attain in my calf roping career, and having this hat shop here, working shoulder to shoulder with Dad most every day has been very good, because I can help him in the hat shop, yet I really need help when I rope calves. So we have a good relationship that way.
It was started out of necessity more than anything. We had our store in British Columbia. We opened it in 1976. We immediately had really good support from the big ranches in BC. So through the late 70s into the early 80s, we were buying the best hats we could find on the market, and they were buying them and using them and wearing them out, and they would give them back to me to renovate and clean and reshape and so on down the line. But we honestly didn't find anything that was tough enough for what their purposes were. So 84 was the very first one that I made. It was just a learning process. I worked in, or spent time in 8 different shops, primarily in the US. We learned a little bit from every one of the shops. Every one of them makes hats differently. Some of them work on the fashion side of things. Some of them work on single action shooters, mounted shooting, that type of thing. That was why we started, is just to get something that would have the ultimate durability for people that wear their hats day in and day out.
Dad's taught me everything to do with the hat, but in another aspect, we're still learning on different ways and better ways to achieve a more durable hat. So therefore, we're always evolving, and here I am using a machine that's built in the early 1900s, yet we're still kind of evolving, finding out different temperatures, different ways to attain a tighter bind in the felt of the hat.
We put every body through 24 to 26 individual steps depending on color. Pressing and ironing is a critical step. Every one of the steps we put a hat through is designed to give it durability, so that when you get moisture on it and so on and so forth, that the brim stays level, it doesn't sag and droop and leak and bleed and so on and so forth. Over the years, we've continually improved. I think right today, in the last few years since we've concentrated strictly on made felts, we've introduced some different steps that aren't totally necessary to make a hat, but in our world they are necessary to give the hat the durability that our clientele require. We've got a lot of repeat customers, and I think because of the reputation we've earned for fit and durability, we go to a branding or we go to an event and maybe the weather's miserable and somebody's got one of our hats on and it's staying good, then what kind of hat is that? And so it's ours. We don't advertise at all, but no, we're as busy as we can be. We work at them every day, all day long. We've always got a backlog of orders. We do lots of repairs, lots of renovations. We've got really good support from the ranch community out here. We were at a branding here a while ago, and I think there was 12 or 13 guys there, and 11 of them had our hats on. So that's self-satisfying. And then we see a lot of our hats on TV. As odd as it sounds, the hats we've done for the movie game this last little while, they want the best of the best. My favorite part of my daily life, I would say it's probably, as odd as this sounds, finishing a really nice hat for a kid. At the retail level, there isn't really a real quality hat out there that's made for kids. Not throwing rocks at any of them, it's just that it's something that isn't affordable for a factory to make a kid's hat. And we do a lot of them. We've got a lot of kids in the high school rodeo game now, little britches, junior rodeos. And I've got a grandson and a granddaughter that wear their hats day in and day out when they're practicing and so on down the line. So I guess general terms, it's finishing a really nice hat that a customer's totally happy with for years to come. Something they're not going to replace, something they won't need to replace. Every hat has a personality. Every one of them has a different look. Like they're different width across here, different brim sizes, different crown profiles. And I guess our satisfaction is probably when a person comes in and he puts his hat on, yep, that's exactly what my old hat looked like, or that's what I like, and so on down the line. So I'm not totally financially motivated. I think finishing a quality hat in all disciplines, whether it be a reiner or a cutter or a bronc rider or a tie-down roper or a rancher, a guide, that's our main objective.